Imagine a dish so utterly captivating, so profound in its artistry that it was deemed superior to the most enchanting dance and song. A culinary marvel not merely tasted but experienced, stirring the soul with an elegance that transcended the palate. This was the extraordinary praise once bestowed upon a forgotten masterpiece of Korean cuisine. Today we journey back to an era where food was not just sustenance but a grand performance, an intricate tapestry woven with history and cultural meaning. We seek to unearth the secrets of Domimyeon, also known as Seunggiaktang, a name that, roughly translated, means the soup that surpasses all delights. Picture a bustling royal kitchen, the finest ingredients gathered, or perhaps a scholar's quiet contemplation, interrupted by the sublime aroma of a simmering pot. What alchemy could transform a simple broth into something celebrated above the performing arts? What stories does this particular array of ingredients whisper from centuries past? We are about to discover why Domimyeon earned such an exalted place in Korean culinary heritage, inviting you to witness its revival. Such profound admiration isn't merely a poetic flourish. It's a testament to a dish deeply rooted in the very fabric of Korean history, primarily blossoming within the opulent courts and scholarly circles of the Joseon Dynasty. Domimyeon, or Seunggiaktang as it was often known, wasn't a creation for the everyday palate. It was an ambitious culinary symphony meticulously composed for grand occasions, designed to impress and delight the most discerning of palates. Imagine the 16th or 17th century, a time when culinary arts were inextricably linked with social status and intellectual pursuit. Scholars and aristocrats gathered, their conversations flowing as freely as the finest rice wine. And at the heart of their banquets would often sit a large, exquisite bowl, steam gently rising from its depths. This was Domimyeon. The name itself, Domimyeon, quite literally means sea bream dish, with domi referring to the prized fish and myeon denoting a type of noodles, or more broadly, a multi-ingredient dish. But it was its alternative name, Seunggiaktang, the soup that surpasses all delights, that truly captured its essence. This was no simple broth. It was a landscape of flavors and textures, an edible tableau. At its core, a magnificent, often whole sea bream, gently cooked and artfully placed. Surrounding it, a vibrant constellation of ingredients. Thinly sliced beef and chicken, often in delicate little meatballs. An assortment of seasonal vegetables like mushrooms, carrots, and spring onions, each painstakingly prepared. Tiny, pan-fried john, delicate morsels of fish or vegetables coated in egg and flour, would nestle amongst the ingredients, alongside chewy rice cakes and vibrant ginkgo nuts. All these elements, individually seasoned and cooked to perfection, would then be arranged with a breathtaking artistry before a rich, clear broth, typically slow-simmered from beef, was poured over them, uniting their distinct characters into a harmonious whole. The creation of Domimyeon was a labor of love, a demonstration of both culinary mastery and the host's generous spirit. It required not just skill in cooking, but an understanding of balance, aesthetics, and the symbolism each ingredient held within the Korean gastronomic tradition. To serve such a dish was to offer a guest not just food, but a profound cultural experience, a tangible representation of hospitality and refined taste. This wasn't merely about sustenance, it was a grand performance of respect and affection. In a society where social harmony was paramount, the meticulous preparation of Domimyeon embodied Jeongseong, a profound sincerity and heartfelt effort. Every ingredient, from the majestic sea bream to the smallest ginkgo nut, was not just food, but a carefully chosen emblem, its presence contributing to a larger narrative of abundance, good fortune, and scholarly refinement. The dish itself, with its myriad components brought together in perfect balance, symbolized the Joseon philosophical ideal of harmony, where diverse elements unite to form a greater, more beautiful whole. The very act of assembling Domimyeon was often a communal ritual in itself. While the master chef oversaw the meticulous preparation, often several hands would be involved, each contributing to the symphony of flavors and textures. It required patience, precision, and an unspoken understanding of how each element would coalesce. This collaborative spirit mirrored the Joseon ideal of collective endeavor, where individual brilliance served the greater good of the community, whether it be a scholarly gathering or a royal banquet. The complexity and sheer effort involved also subtly communicated the host's high regard for their guests, signifying that no expense, no labor, was too great for their esteemed company. Imagine the atmosphere as the large, steaming bowl was brought to the table. It immediately became the focal point, inviting conversation and admiration. Guests would marvel not only at its intricate flavors, but also at its stunning visual artistry. The vibrant colors, the crisp green of spring onions, the rich red of shredded beef, the golden hue of pan-fried jeon, were arranged like a miniature landscape, a culinary painting reflecting the Joseon era's deep appreciation for aesthetics and natural beauty. This aesthetic pleasure was as crucial as the gastronomic delight, serving as a feast for the eyes before it ever reached the palate, a true testament to the holistic approach Koreans took to their banquets. Domimyeon thus transcended its ingredients to become a symbol of connection. It fostered convivial discussion among scholars, cemented alliances between families, and offered a tangible expression of goodwill and celebration. It wasn't simply consumed, it was experienced, remembered, and discussed long after the last spoonful, leaving an indelible mark on those fortunate enough to partake in its complex beauty. In every carefully layered morsel, one could taste the essence of Joseon's rich culture, its reverence for nature, its pursuit of harmony, and its profound dedication to human connection. Yet, as centuries turned and societies evolved, the elaborate choreography of Domimyeon, once a grand performance of respect and affection, faced new realities. The sheer scale of its preparation, the multitude of ingredients, and the dedicated time it demanded naturally made it a rarity in the hurried rhythm of modern life. Few contemporary kitchens, even those deeply rooted in Korean culinary traditions, can undertake such an undertaking with the frequency of their ancestors. However, Domimyeon's story is far from over. It persists not as an everyday meal, but as a cherished testament to Korea's gastronomic heritage, a dish revered and reinterpreted by master chefs and culinary institutions. These custodians of tradition embark on a delicate dance between preservation and innovation. They honor the original spirit of Jeongseong and harmony, often by meticulously sourcing the finest sea bream and crafting the rich, clear broth that forms its soul. Yet adaptation is inevitable. Contemporary interpretations might see a refinement in presentation, a conscious reduction in the sheer volume of garnishes, or an elegant deconstruction that highlights the purity of each component. Chefs might explore modern culinary techniques to achieve textures or flavors with greater precision, while still ensuring the essence of the dish remains intact. The intricate jeon, the colorful shreds of beef, the delicate noodles, each element is reimagined, perhaps made lighter, more nuanced, or presented with a minimalist flair that speaks to a modern aesthetic. The aim is not to diminish its historical grandeur, but to ensure its relevance, allowing new generations to experience the profound depth and symbolic beauty of Domimyeon. It's about translating that ancient language of culinary artistry into a dialogue that resonates with today's palate, without losing its soulful whisper of Joseon's past. Having journeyed through its profound history and witnessed its elegant modern revival, it is now time to truly connect with Domimyeon, to bring its intricate beauty and heart into our own kitchens. While its preparation might seem daunting, we will distill the essence of this magnificent dish, drawing wisdom from both a revered Han Jeongseok master and a contemporary fine dining chef. This is a journey of precision and passion, a chance to infuse your own Jeongseong into every step. Our centerpiece, of course, is the magnificent sea bream. You will need one whole fish, weighing around 800 grams to a kilo. Have it scaled and gutted, then give it a thorough rinse. Gently score the skin on both sides, making a few diagonal cuts. Season generously with a good pinch of salt and freshly ground white pepper, perhaps a splash of rice wine to lift its delicate flavor. Traditionally, it is often pan-fried to achieve a beautifully crisp skin, then gently steamed to cook through, ensuring the flesh remains tender and moist. Alternatively, a simple steaming will preserve its pristine quality. For our vegan friends, a substantial block of firm tofu, pressed and sliced into thick fillets, or perhaps large king oyster mushrooms, scored and marinated in a light soy and seaweed broth, can be pan-fried until golden, offering a wonderful textural and visual substitute. The soul of Domimyeon lies in its crystal-clear, deeply flavorful broth. We begin with a generous 10 cups of pure water. Into this, we will introduce a 10 by 10 centimeter piece of dried kelp, known as kombu, along with about 10 to 12 dried anchovies. If you are creating a vegan version, simply omit the anchovies and perhaps add a few dried shiitake mushrooms instead. Quarter a large onion and smash 4 or 5 cloves of garlic, adding them to the pot. Bring this gently to a boil, then reduce the heat to a simmer, allowing these foundations to meld and infuse for 20 to 30 minutes. Once strained, ensuring every particle is removed for that pristine clarity, return your broth to a clean pot. Now, for that deep, resonant umami, we will turn to a subtle booster, a tablespoon of yondu. Add it right into your simmering stock, allowing it to weave its magic, building a profound flavor base. This allows you to go easy on the salt later, adjusting minimally at the very end to achieve perfect balance. If yondu is not readily available, a high-quality vegetable bouillon, or even a dash of liquid aminos or Maggi, can offer a similar savory uplift, though the delicate nuance will, of course, be unique. Next, the canvas for our vibrant artwork, the noodles. For each serving, approximately 200 grams of delicate somyeon, those fine wheat noodles, will be ideal. Cook them according to the package instructions, then crucially, rinse them under cold water. This removes excess starch, ensuring a delightful chewiness, then drain them thoroughly. Now, for the exquisite garnishes, the Domimyeon, that bring Domimyeon its visual splendor. First, the beef. 200 grams of sirloin or tenderloin, thinly julienned. Marinate it for just 15 minutes in a tablespoon of soy sauce, a teaspoon of minced garlic, a teaspoon of sesame oil, half a teaspoon of sugar, and a pinch of black pepper. Then, a quick stir-fry until just cooked through. For a delightful vegan alternative, thinly sliced shiitake or oyster mushrooms, marinated and cooked in the very same way, create a rich, earthy flavor. And here is where our yondu layering logic comes into play once more. Just before you turn off the heat on your mushrooms or beef, a whisper of yondu, perhaps half a teaspoon, will round out the flavors beautifully, tying everything together with an additional layer of umami. For the colorful egg garnishes, separate the yolks and whites of 3 eggs. Beat each lightly with a pinch of salt. Fry thin, almost translucent omelets, known as jidan, separately in a lightly oiled non-stick pan. Once cooled, thinly julienne them into fine strands. A wonderful vegan substitute for the egg is a chickpea flour omelet. Whisk half a cup of chickpea flour with half a cup of water, a pinch of turmeric for color, and, if you wish to mimic an eggy flavor, a tiny bit of black salt or kala namak. Cook these thin pancakes and julienne them as well. Rehydrate 5 to 6 dried shiitake mushrooms, then slice them thinly. Marinate them briefly in half a tablespoon of soy sauce, half a teaspoon of garlic, and half a teaspoon of sesame oil. Again, a swift stir-fry until tender, finishing with half a teaspoon of yondu just before removing from the heat for that cohesive flavor. Take 1 small zucchini, julienne it, and lightly sauté it with a pinch of salt until it is tender crisp. And finally, for a vibrant accent, a small pinch of silgochu, delicate red pepper threads, and a few blanched sprigs of minari or Korean watercress, lightly seasoned with sesame oil and salt. And for the traditional touch of the Han Jeongseok master, the delicate jeon. While a grand Domimyeon traditionally boasts an array of these pan-fried treasures, we will simplify slightly for our home kitchen. Prepare exquisite mini tofu jeon by slicing firm tofu into small squares, seasoning them, and dipping them in either an egg wash or, for a vegan option, our chickpea flour batter, then pan-frying until golden. You could also make small, seasoned patties of minced beef, or for a complete vegan dish, beautifully crafted mushroom or lentil patties, each gently pan-fried. Now for the culmination, the assembly. In a large, shallow serving bowl, artfully arrange a generous portion of your perfectly cooked noodles. Carefully place the magnificent cooked sea bream, or its elegant vegan counterpart, atop the noodles. Then, with an artist's eye, arrange all your vibrant garnishes around the fish, the julienne beef or mushrooms, the golden and white egg strips, the sautéed shiitake, the crisp zucchini, the delicate red pepper threads, and the fresh minari. Dot the bowl with your freshly made mini jeon. Finally, and perhaps most importantly, ladle the hot, clear, fragrant broth gently over everything, ensuring the noodles are beautifully submerged and the colors of your garnishes remain striking. Serve immediately, a masterpiece of flavor and devotion, ready to be savored. As the last ladle of fragrant broth settles, a dish of extraordinary depth and beauty emerges, inviting us to reflect. Domimyeon is far more than a mere culinary creation. It is a profound historical statement, a tapestry intricately woven from the threads of Korean tradition and the meticulous artistry of generations. From the grand royal banquets of dynasties past, where it symbolized prosperity and refined taste, to the modern kitchens where chefs painstakingly revive its elegance, this dish embodies a philosophy of unwavering respect for nature's bounty and an enduring commitment to Jeongseong, the heartfelt devotion poured into every delicate garnish, every crystalline drop of broth. In savoring Domimyeon, we are not just tasting a meal, but connecting with a living legacy, a graceful echo of history that continues to nourish the soul and celebrate the exquisite artistry of Korean cuisine.